2026. Um, just have a lot of things to talk about today. I've been getting a lot of intel on the person I was talking about for a decent amount of time. Um, the person that kept giving me intel about what the cops were doing with him and the towns that he was living in, and where he's living now. He's getting stalked and harassed by the police as well. Um, so that's what I'm here to talk about today, and hoping everybody's enjoying the weather. Um, basically, the whole obligation of warmth weather coming through, and sooner or later snow and sleet and all this crazy must out rain and weather. All right. So what I want to talk about is the situation what he's dealing with. So he's definitely seeing differences in different towns. Not being bothered in different towns, but bothered in Edison and Woodbridge. Um, and what I mean by that is that because like I told you before, what he explained to me, what this gentleman told me, he's in his 30s, um, told me that between Edison and Woodbridge, there's family officers in the township. Okay, he does not feel safe. He does not feel secure. He does not feel, um, what can I say? He just doesn't feel safe because of these cops in his town. He right now lives in a town where there is an officer named. I would just tell you right now, first name is Michael. Basically, is in the town, and he's related to other family. Um, he does not feel safe. He does not feel secure because of the fact that there is family police officers related to each other in different towns. And where he's living right now is where this officer is located. Um, and his ally officers that basically in the area, they all work together, and it's disgusting. But some of them are corrupt, and there is some people out there that are probably bribing these cops, paying these cops to torment people and do things to people and do bad things, and trying to have people commit crimes in a police entrapment. Um, what I've heard that the person that I am talking to is definitely going to be going out there again and doing free speech. I hope he definitely does, because these cops need to respect their First Amendment. They need to respect free speech. They don't care about our Constitution. A lot of our cops get sworn in, but they don't care. A lot of these cops, they want to come in, get sworn in, get paid, and do some discriminating things to people, especially if somebody's out there doing free speech. Um, it's very disgusting how people are. Um, and it's a disgrace how people could sit here and, as a police officer, as a blue line person, and I do see those flags out there that have the blue line and the red line. I think that's disrespecting our American flag. I don't think it's meant for anything. And if you guys want to respect the fire department and police department, it's whatever you guys choose. I just don't like that people are taking our American flag and doing red line and blue line. I think that's kind of disrespecting, knowing it's supposed to be for the tales of what they're doing. Police department is blue line, but it's considered to be black and white, and red line for the fire department. But I do that it's discriminating our American flag. I'm sorry. I think it's to the point where it's if you're going to respect our country and you're to serve our country and protect and serve, and also help people when their houses are on fire, have the American flag. I do think that the fire department should blow more of the American flag than a red flag, red line flag, or a blue line flag. Um, Now, the other thing I'm going to get onto is this topic is, like I said, what this mother said. I'm just going to put it out there because he did text it to me. Her name was Joanne Horvat. That's Jeff Horvat's mother. Basically threatening this gentleman. Just, like I said, I know it's been a long time that this happened, but it's just to the point where um, this cop has it in for this person. Has it in for that person ever since he moved into the location where all this stupid bullshit just started and all this nonsense drama happened. And how you doing today, Monkey Gamer? Basically, it's very disgusting how people could sit here and live their lives and torment people. And, you know, the cop's in his 30s. He's 37, 38 years old, driving around. And I'm going to explain to you on this too, because I kind of want to warn people out there. I kind of want you to warn. I want to warn you people out there what this cop drives. He drives between a Dodge Charger, a dark navy blue color, all tinted out, or he's driving a marked Interceptor, either one, but he's usually driving the blue, dark navy colored Charger, Dodge Charger. And he's out there giving out tickets and stuff. So I just want to warn people about the situation, especially if you get involved with this officer, Jeff Horvat, or what is that called? Scott Horvat. He's also, I think, a police officer. When you get into this situation, always request a supervisor, someone higher than them, because I particularly, after what I went through and heard what this gentleman here telling me, that he's going through a lot. He went through a lot, and I went through a lot as well with police officers and what they did to me and other particular towns. But my friend, I'm caring for him because he's not happy. He's not happy on what people are doing to him because of the fact that he's explaining to me about all this stuff, and I'm putting it out there as news. I think local news people need to know about this stuff and what's going in towns and the area. I think people should know. I think people should understand what's going on in these towns and everything else. Just like Carteret, same thing with Carteret, Piscataway, Edison especially. Like I said, Edison and Woodbridge. Those are both considerably towns that these cops are doing things to him. They're either following him. They're either having somebody watching or stalking him. And there's got to be somebody out there as well that is out there stalking this person as well. Because he's been getting funky things happening to him and getting funky phone calls and stuff like that. And it's uncalled for. Now, if you want to show up to this person and you want to go to this person, you do your business and you're going to get in trouble for it. You're going to sit there and you're going to stalk this person. You're going to get caught for it. And you guys are going to have to deal with jail time for stalking because stalking is considerably a felony charge. It is considerably felony where you can do some jail time because of the fact that you're putting someone else's life in danger. But these officers are also doing it too. They're giving out people's information. These officers are giving out people's information on where people are living. So, for example, if this person that they're doing an investigation on, if that's the case, why don't you just put the guy in handcuffs and get it over with instead of sitting here tormenting this person's life, bringing people around his establishment where the person's staying, and do the right thing. You want to end this charade, do the right thing. The cops have all this evidence that they want to use against him in the court of law. Do what you got to do. But my thing is, it's not fair that you're going to sit here and bring these people to so-called, what is that called? As a victim trying to ID somebody in public because of the fact they want to build up an investigation against this person. Best thing you want to do is, as a police officer, if you want to investigate somebody and you want to do things, bring it back to the police precinct. If somebody did do something, have these people come to the police department and ID them with actual paperwork showing that this person is the perp. This person is the perpetrator. If this person is doing it, then they should get arrested and handcuffed right ASAP and not have to wait. Now, this officer, Michael Horvat, like I said, what my friend was telling me, and it's the truth. He ever since he lived in Edison and ever since he moved to certain areas of Edison, these officers were at him. They were purposely doing things to him. And on top of doing intimidation tactics to him. This is what he completely told me, and it's very disgusting that somebody could sit here as a police officer and a fire department is also helping out with the police. That's what the fire department does. And I think it's wrong. The fire department's meant to be to let out fires while the police department is blocking, barricading areas to where the fire department could do their job and let the fire out and things could be done. No, these officers and the fire department, they're working together, they're communicating together, and they're doing things together. This is why, what you guys got to realize, everybody, even the paramedics are the same way. The paramedics will do that. And it's wrong. But Edison PD and Woodbridge PD, they're working together against this person, and it's wrong. It's very wrong. This is why I want to put that out there for this gentleman, because he don't deserve to go through that. Does anybody at age in his 30s have to deal with that, with the mental illness? Does he need to go through that? I don't think so. What I don't get, these cops and this woman, 70-something-year-old woman, could sit there and threaten him with his life, and now he's scared because of the fact of what this woman said. Is it true? And this is why I'm doing the videos for him, because he definitely needs the help. He needs the help. I think everybody in the area of Middlesex, Monmouth, Ocean, I think everybody that likes to follow the channel, I want everybody to know these officers. And especially if you run into an actual Horvat as an officer, I would request an actual supervisor over him. I don't care if it's a captain, the lieutenant, the sergeant, somebody that's higher than him. You got to do your thing. Me, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys got to watch your back out there, especially in Woodbridge. They're pulling people over. They're doing traffic stops nonstop. Getting the beginning of the quota, the end of the quota. They're doing a lot of, they're getting a lot of money out of us Americans, and I think it's wrong, and this is why a lot of people don't want to live in Jersey, because it's getting very, very expensive. And then you figure paying for food, you're paying for electric, you're paying for gas, you're paying for sewage, you're paying for water, you're paying for taxes. It's a lot of money, and then with the headaches with these police officers driving around in their cruisers, unmarked cruisers that you don't even know if they're cops, they're going to come here and they're going to stop you saying that you were on your cell phone, and you were never on your cell phone, or you weren't doing anything wrong, and you're getting traffic stop, and you're getting a $50 to $100 ticket slapped at your thing plus points on your license, because they just have nothing else better to do but sit here and come and attack people's pockets. I think it's wrong. But attacking this gentleman because of the fact that he doesn't like, these officers don't like that their reputation is on the line. Now, if this person right now has to deal with something in a little while, he has to go to court and deal with his matters. Now, if something does happen to him, means getting arrested or something like that, these officers are going to be the ones that are going to be put on the blame, because the Michael Horvat, Jeff Horvat, Scott Horvat, and you got Ryan Horvat as the fire department. They're all police officers. They all work together. They all work together with their allies. And I consider them, what he's telling me, is UK officers. They're not American officers. If they shine the blue line on their body or anywhere in their car, or stickers or something like that says the blue line, they're more about the blue line more than their job. They're not really there to do their job. And if they're really there to do the job, they would have American flag on their body, or like a what is that called? One of those stickers or one of those patches that they have that's American flag and not a blue line flag patch. So, this is the thing and thing. If everybody's going to come in, say hi to you guys, say hi, how are you, how's everything? We got to watch these officers. They're very slick, they're very intentional, and they'll sit here and they'll ruin your life too. They'll sit there and put somebody innocent behind bars for no practical reason. Just like that person that had to deal with, and this is the other thing, like I said with this guy, he's been giving me intel. He definitely thinks that the officers from Woodbridge Township were definitely linked to his arrest. We definitely do feel, and I do feel that way as well. Because there is no reason for him to do 12 months of probation for a crime that he never committed. Just like how many people are in prison right now because of these officers could be falsely accusing this guy, putting drugs into people's cars. You don't know what these officers do. They'll do anything to put somebody behind bars, and it turns out they're innocent and proven guilty of the court of law. These officers will do anything. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about nobody. They care about his money. Edison PD, Edison Police Department, they're the same way. They don't give a fuck about nothing. All they care about is themselves, driving around in their little cruisers, black and white cruisers. They think they're so high-tech and unmarked black tinted out cars, trucks, and stuff like that, and they're driving around. It's disgusting. This is why you guys got to understand. You want to do the right thing as officers. Protect and serve and do the right thing. Stop stalking, stop harassing, and stop giving people's house information if you don't want things to be done as well. This is what happens when you want to put out information about someone's living situation and where they're living. There's going to be to a point where it's going to have to be done on your end. If you officers want to criticize somebody and have someone stalk somebody and want to do things to somebody and ruin his life like you guys have been doing, and you guys are trying to get other officers to actually cover your ass because you don't want to get in fucking trouble, well, you know what? You're going to get caught soon. You're going to get caught very, very soon. This poor guy is so scared to his wits because of what you're doing to him. And you guys don't give a fuck. Edison PD and Woodbridge PD is doing all this to this gentleman. And where he's staying at is wrong. Where he's living at, and he has to deal with these police departments because of a fucking cop's family. The Horvat family. They want to get these little fucking piece of shit, two bloodline fuckers to fuck with him and do things to him and get people after him so he can get arrested, like somebody threatening him on my channel here saying that, oh, if you don't stop this, you're going to get yourself arrested. Well, listen to me on this right now, motherfuckers. We know what you're doing, the Horvat family. Don't think you're not going to get away with it. Covering your asses because you want to do what you want. You're going to get your time. You fuck with some angel, you fuck with some person, it's going to come back on you, meaning God is watching everything you're doing. You will get caught, you will get sued, and you will get charged with criminal charges against you. And believe me, cops don't realize you can get charged, especially when the Attorney General's office gets involved and gets an investigation going on, and you officers are doing things to this gentleman, and they see all those complaints, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Just remember that. Horvat family. Any officer with the last Horvat, I would call the supervisor ASAP, get an officer dispatched, and make sure you guys are getting yourself treated respectfully. Because I'm going to tell you something. All these cops are out there to dig in your pockets. Everybody watch yourself out there. It's the beginning of the month, and it's going to be the end of the month. Watch yourself. Horvat family in Woodbridge and Edison, just keep yourselves protected. Please protect yourself. And don't ever come across them. Always request a supervisor. That's what I always do. Because anything with my friend, and I do the same thing. I help my friend out. He helps me. I help him. We do things together. If you're going to sit here and deal with the Horvat family, I would rather get a lawyer and sue him. That's why my friend's going back out there. He's going to do free speech again. And he's going to do it in that town. They harass him. He's going to have a lawyer on standby. And they do this to him. He's going to have a lawsuit against the township. And he ain't going to understand that. When he goes back out there and does his job and does his thing, and the PD messes with them, the lawyer is going to be on standby on his cell phone. And it's going to be a very, 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 very bad thing. You don't understand now. He's got a nice, perfect out lawyer that's going to sit here and protect this gentleman now. You fuckers want to mess with him, it's going to come back on you, and you're going to have to pay back on him. You're going to have to pay him a lot of restitution, and you're going to have to pay him a lot of tort lawsuit for hurting this poor person with bruises and everything all over his body. Thompson and Egan. Those were the officers that threw him down at the location in Woodbridge. It's very disgusting. Come in and say hi, guys. Come in and say hi. I only see one person coming in and saying hi. I don't see anybody else coming in. I see people coming in, but they're not saying hi. These officers are going to have a big surprise coming pretty darn soon when this person's going back out to do his job. And the lawyer is going to be on his cell phone. It's going to be very disgusting. Very, very disgusting. And these cops are going to leave him alone, too, because there's going to be a big lawsuit against Woodbridge PD. That's what's going to happen. They're going to have to pay him thousands and thousands of dollars for what they're doing to him. And it's going to happen very, very soon when he's back out there doing his job. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.